Hello, friends. Welcome to Akulmach Live, and I'm CK. You see, in India and also world over, the 50% of the workforce are the women, and we seldom talk about the health in general. I mean, don't talk about health at the workplace, but then it is very important to discuss about the health of women workers at the workplace, and this is a very important subject. So thank you for joining me live. We are discussing about the health of women co-workers at workplace with our guest today, who is joining us from Delhi. She is a very senior person in the industry. She is executive coach and also master class, coach for advertising and marketing, and very senior person, very senior leader from our industry, and she is the best person to talk about this subject about the women health at workplace. Her name is Ritu Gupta. Let's welcome her. Welcome to Akulmach Live, Rituji. Most welcome. How are you doing today?
I'm absolutely fine, thank you. And it's so nice to be back on your show again. But yes, after a long time, with my favorite subject, which is a favorite topic about women's health at workplace.
It's always a pleasure to talk to you, Ritu, and we always look forward to the opportunity. Always. Um, so we had announced about your show, and we got some questions, and it is a very important subject, as I mentioned earlier. So we have got some questions posted by the viewers, and let me ask you the first question, which is, what specific health challenges do women face in the workplace, and how employees can address those challenges?
Okay, wonderful question to begin with. See, the workplace is crucial, and the professional demands intersect with personal well-being, including mental health. Working women play a very important role as a leader, as a mentor, as a friend, as a partner, relative, caregiver, parent. They must balance everything. They are also facing unique challenges like societal expectations, gender biases, and organizational structures, which increase demand on their overall well-being. And the number of women who are going through cesarean, the C-suite, has increased from 17% to, let's say, 28-30% from 2015 to 2023. And there have been many researches conducted on employees' health, which shows that women employees all over the world, in India also, all over the world, uh, they have reported they are more than exhausted and have worse of the mental health, and spiritually they're the spiritual, the women workers are spiritual, but again their mental health is more affected as compared to men. So I personally feel, the employers, they must play a positive role, including, providing support for caregivers, increasing flexibility, cutting micromanaging and the aggressions, and providing targeted support to the women employees.
So, Rituji, I have one add-on question. See, these challenges are very common for men and women, put together. I think they are both parties are affected by stress. Both have workloads, and in addition to women, they may have something extra, some other botheration. So, would you like to just mention one or two which are not faced by men workforce and faced by women workforce more than men? Are there any specific issues like that?
Yes. Uh, in India, I am going to talk about in India, and I think it's there in other parts of the world, especially Europe, where they believe more in family values as compared to United States. I personally feel the married women, they have more challenges. They have to look after the child, the family, the husband's part of the family, and you have worked, I have worked, and we have common friends who have worked. When you're being paid, You are expected to stay beyond your working hours at times when you have meetings and when you have, targets to achieve and the time period is short, you have the deadlines. Women, they are more exhausted because they have to go back, look after the child, look after the child's homework, what next day the child has to take to school, and other things. So domestic challenges are great in India as compared to other part of the world, and the men don't have to face those challenges. Yes, there are men who are single parents, they don't have wives, partners. They may face such challenges, and I have some friends who are single parents, and they actually, recognize this problem.
So I think we have now figured out that there are some specific set of challenges that a women worker face at the workplace, and it is our responsibility to resolve, these challenges for the well-being of the company, for the well-being of the group, and therefore it is important for everybody to watch this live stream. Even if you are joining us live, well and good, you can ask the question. Otherwise, also this video will cover a lot of aspects. So stay tuned. All right, let's move to the next question, Rituji. And that is, how can business create supportive environment that promotes both mental and physical well-being of women employees?
Yes, good question. Like I said, the companies, they can do, and many of the companies are doing now, believe me, many of the good companies, they are playing positive role. They really appreciate having women who you are giving responsibilities at workplace and also imparting the responsibilities at home, and they're good workers, so they are playing positive role. They are providing care. They have those schools for children where women can bring their child, put them in the school, the nurseries, and caretaking centers. They can visit and see their children, and they don't mind it. So this is increasing the flexibility for the woman, giving her support, and so that she can, concentrate at her work and do well for the company. See, the woman's experience at work also has significant potential to impact their health. And given more than half of the female health burden affects women during their working years. So it's important that they take care of themselves and their employees, the employers also take care of them.
So taking care is quite a generic, methodology. Is there anything very specific? If you can share some examples, then it will help our viewers. And anything very specific that the employers can do. For example, I can throw something from my side. Uh, is there a specific sitting area, uh, uh, de-stress? Because for men it is, they can go to smoking lounge, or they can talk with their colleagues, etc. And most women don't smoke, most of them. So is there something specific that the employers can do to create that kind of homogeneous environment, equal relaxation for both parties?
Yes, I personally feel I agree with you that women don't smoke as compared to men more, and so you should have some kind of you can have doctors, you can have psychiatrists to a woman if they want to talk, they can cry out, they can have some shoulder where they can go and speak about it, and they feel psychologically safe. It's important that they feel psychologically safe, which makes it easier for them to take the risk. And this is, I think, very important. And also, there should be some kind of seminars and workshops where both men and women can participate, and they should be told that how to handle the situation. It is very important for a woman to be strong psychologically. If you are psychologically strong, you can play your mind, you can do everything. So it's very important that by leaving microaggressions unchecked, organizations are not letting employees perform to their full potential to work, but losing talented employees. So it is also important that do not micromanage them. Have full faith. They should be someone they can talk to. They should feel safe and secure. These are small things which any organization can do.
So, Tuji, in fact, I want to ask you one, very very specific question. That is, women boss versus the men bosses. There has been a very big debate that the women bosses are very very hard. So you talked about psychological issues, etc. So if there is a women boss, do you think the women boss actually is more harder on women colleague compared to men boss, or vice versa? What do you think?
I don't want to be judgmental or biased, but I feel that men bosses are great. Women bosses are harder. They are ruthless. Whereas men bosses are, they understand, they are not ruthless, and they actually identify the problem. I understand, being a woman boss, you have to prove to yourself, you have to prove to your family also, but you have to more than enough prove to the society, the organization where you're working, that they have taken a good decision by making a woman a boss. So she does not want anything to go against her. So to the minutest of the detail, they want to be correct and perfect. The perfection at times makes them useless.
So I think this could be a double-edged sword. You empower a woman to lead a team, but then if there are women in that team, the women boss can be very hard on the women, co-workers. So is there a solution? Do you think there is a solution for this issue?
I think, CK, a woman, she becomes a boss. I tell you, most of the time, when woman goes to the highest of the position, she is going through the menopausal issues that time because you don't expect a 21-year-old or a 25-year-old lady, a young lady, to be leading. When you go to that highest of the position, you're actually going through the menopausal issues, and most of the women they are having menopausal issues now in the 40s, early 40s, as compared to the initial 10 years back. So when they are 38, 39-ish and 40s, they are having this menopausal issues, the women bosses. So woman boss, she also has problem. Her problems should be addressed. This is very important. And she also needs to have some kind of psychological counseling. And they should be, I think, so these are small issues which can impact women's health and work life, and they can be harmony. These are the things. I don't mind women to be a boss. I don't mind to be the Prime Minister of India. But having a male Prime Minister and a female Prime Minister, there is a difference.
All right, so let's move on to the next question that we have, that was submitted by our viewer. Question number 3 is, what role does work-life balance plays in women's health? You have already touched upon a little bit on that, but I think here we can elaborate more. And what strategies can companies implement to help achieve this balance?
Okay, so companies can do various things. Work-life balance is very important. The domestic life and work life should have balance. And when you have the women workers, you're getting short leaves. Should not the HR people should not be stringy. They need short leave. The women they need short leave when they have to go home, and they have some other post, important post, which has to be the personal post. They should be. They should not be. A 9 to 5 or 10 to 6 bracket, time bracket. If the woman has done the work for the day, or she is able to achieve the deadline, she should be allowed to go earlier because you have to trust your employee. The trust between the HR people and the employees should be there. So the companies should be more flexible in the working hours. They should be more flexible and on the health of the woman, whether it's mental health or other the physical health. Most of the time, women they are going through cancer. The cancer rates are higher in women as compared to men now. So all these issues should be addressed. And yes, there should be an open environment, transparent environment. The woman should be able to speak about the problem to the bosses, and bosses need to understand it.
So one add-on question I have, and that is related to the work from home scenario. And as we move towards the future, the work from home becomes, usual stuff, like normal stuff, as we go ahead, and work from office will become the thing of the past. So in such a situation, what changes that the employers will have to think while managing the women workforce, which are in remote locations?
I think it's a wonderful thing, work from home. Work from home is a wonderful thing. You don't need to go to office every day. You can work from remote places. And when you have certain kind of meeting, and if it's a really important thing, then the woman should, if they have to, they can go to. Otherwise, that's the future. Work from home, hybrid working. It's the future. And I think the focus should be more on this because the company is also saving money on certain parts. And the work should be made, it should be the structure, the blueprint should be made in such a way that the work can be done from the home and women should be trained. When the young girl, the young lady, when she's doing her post graduation, there should be a syllabus, there should be a module where they are taught that different fields when you're in MBA or in finance or you're doing whatever the kind of studies, how you can work from home. They should be taught that it's very important part. I think it should be there. Yes, I agree with work from home.
So, Rituji, what you are telling us today, I think there is a whole lot of management restructuring that may be required, and also hand-holding of employees. Because employees may not know how to, manage these new stuff which we are talking about today, and also the employers, they will have to rethink their strategy of, HR, human resources, whether it is pertaining to men as well as women. I think let's move on to the next question, which is, can you share some success stories of some employers who have realized this issue and they were able to implement some, ground shattering strategies to create a more homogeneous and healthy workforce, comprising of men and women? Are there any success stories, any example, real life example that you can share with our viewers?
Yes, it's a very interesting live example which I'm going to share. It's a case study. So I have this friend, a young friend of mine. And so when she got married, everything was fine. She was working really nicely, and she got pregnant. That time also, that was everything was nice. But once she had baby, she went through certain kind of psychological problems. She was getting a good salary, a good pay package, and she was doing performing very fine. And she never wanted to leave the job. So, but her company was not actually giving her the support, and so she was quite worried. But actually, her husband's company provided the support. The husband was allowed to get the baby, the 6 months old baby, every day to office. He had a nursery in his office and he would go and check onto the baby. He would go and check onto the feet, and the baby was there till the age of 4, till the time the child went to the school, and it was the father who was taking care. So I think it's very good that the partners and the husband should be sensitive enough. It's not their responsibility of the wife also, but the partners can also do. And it was so nice that the husband's company came forward and provided the support, and they have good amount of small babies in their nurseries and very well kept nursery with good staff. So I think this is wonderful.
I think this is a great example. I think the world is changing and it requires a very deep mindset of the leadership team of the organization today. So, Rituji, thanks for sharing your thoughts. This is a very vast subject, but I think you have shared very precisely what needs to be done. And we will revisit the subject in future again. Thank you so much for joining us.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you. It was nice being with you.
So, friends, we had a very nice discussion with Ritu Gupta, who is a very senior, seasoned professional, and therefore, from her experience, she shared some nugget of information with us with regard to women health at workplace. So, friends, if you have any questions or any comment on this subject, feel free to share it across and we will respond to you. We will also make sure that you can talk to Ritu just in case if you need any help. Her coordinates are also given in the description below. So thanks for watching, and I will catch you again in the next one. Bye for now.